Thank you, President Orozco. So as a lot of y'all know, I'm from this area. My family's been here a long time. My grandfather, Roberto Tenorio, tried to integrate the school systems in this area before we had a Kyle or a beauty school system. There were a lot of schools in this area in the 30s and 40s, and he didn't succeed at that point in time. But in 1961, my dad, Willie Tenorio Sr., Mo Johnson, who's the namesake of this school, Bob Barden, who was a newspaperman, they led the charge to get this integrated. And my grandfather, who didn't get a lot of credit, was a part of that too, and it made him very proud that he was part of that. Now, I'm a product of Hays CISD. I went to Kyle Elementary, Hays Middle School, which is now Wallace, and Hays High School. And I grew up with the Confederate Flag, the Dixie Fight Song, and the Rebel Mascot. And it really didn't seem racist to us. The Confederate flag was in our hallways and on our high school graduation invitations. But when I went to the University of Texas at Austin, I was asked about the Confederate flag on my class ring. I was asked, do you know what that is? I said it was my high school symbol. It took me a while to realize that there were other meanings to the symbolism I grew up with in Hays CISD, meanings contrary to what I experienced in school. However, all around me, there should have been clues. I mean, one of the high school teachers that I had as part of his lesson asserted claims that some races were intellectually superior to other races. If a teacher did that now, there would be repercussions. But back then, though many students disagreed, we were quiet. I'm glad our young people in our high schools are no longer quiet when they see something, and that's been evidenced by the social media and the kids who came here tonight, and the many other kids that didn't come in but have participated in this. Some argue that the symbolism of the mascot in our community means something different. Some say that in the outside world it is a reminder of a time when it was illegal to own another human being, but locally it means school pride. But the word book can mean something you read or the act of making a reservation, and you can't divorce one use of the word from another. Similarly, you can't divorce the symbolism of the mascot either. The flag, the song, and the mascot don't reflect the prevailing community beliefs. So I will vote to change the mascot today. But this is a symbol, a visible marker that can be put away. However, there are other recent changes at Hays CISD that decrease opportunity for many of our students. Recently, the high school rezoning stripped many middle-class neighborhoods down the street from Lehman High School and moved them away, exacerbating the economic inequities of the student body. The AVID program, available almost everywhere in the Austin metro area, was removed from our high schools, even though it is proven to increase the number of first-generation college students and multiplies the number of students in advanced placement classes. AVID helps all students, but especially students of color and low-income students. Just last year, the dual language program, shown in study after study to help our Spanish-speaking population, was removed from campuses with large number of immigrants and was replaced with the bare minimum curriculum the state of Texas allows. All these are examples of structural changes within Hays CISD. Removing the mascot is a step, but there are other inequities still left.
With that, I move that upon selection and implementation of a new mascot for Hays High School on a timetable developed by the superintendent, that the Rebel mascot be retired. I further move that the board authorize the superintendent to determine a new mascot for the campus following a process developed by the superintendent that includes student input. Additionally, in accordance with the local board policy, this motion constitutes prior approval to make a secondary mascot change at Hays High School, and that no further vote of the Board of Trustees is necessary on this matter. Ms. Keller?
I would be remiss if I didn't add, Dr. Wright, thank you for all of the work that you're doing on this, and I am not in favor of addressing those things that were called out earlier by Mr. Tenorio as problematic. I don't want you to think that that speaks for the whole board.
Thank you, Ms. Keller. And that is a motion and a second. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries 7-0. Okay, let's take a 5-minute break. It is 6:45, 6:50.